Hello. Good to see you.
Alright everyone, well, welcome back to Code and all the transfers have been completed. Everything went well, all the data got moved off. So here we are today, and we're gonna try and see if we can, I would love to go for the one-shot, but I just haven't had any luck doing it. So we're going to go for as few shots as possible. So hopefully this will be only 2 shots. But it's really difficult to get the one shot, and I just can't do it yet. And so one day on the road to 100 here, we'll get the one shot. The more practice I get and everything. So the strategy here is to lock onto her and then run behind the big chunky boy, and then shoot Radiant Barrel into both of them, and then finish him off with the second shot. So that's the. I know this is the tank run, but this is just too much fun to put these two down. So we'll see if we can actually get it here, and we'll continue on. Okay, so let's start it up. Okay, and we'll go ahead and heal. There we go. Okay, and then Jack. Now the order here is kind of important to not allow yourself to run out of I-core, so that's the issue. Okay, now this, and this, and this, and then we have to go for a pure blood. Okay, and then, come on, we're running out of time. Okay, oops. Okay, come on. Oh, no. We're running out of time. There we go. Oh, and we're dead. Oh man. Okay, we were just out of time there. So the real goal for the one shot is to, well, not really a one shot because it's 2 shots. If you shoot him once first and then apply the other buffs, 1, 2, 3, then you can take them out both in one shot. Oh man, it makes me nervous. It makes me nervous running this because it's so finicky to actually get the kill. But you saw that we took her out in the one shot, and the big chunky boy almost goes down fully. So let's try it again. Okay, we'll apply a gift accelerator here just to apply the gifts faster, because it's important that these gifts come out quick. There we go, and check. So that's why it's difficult, because you got to, get everything going ahead of time here. Okay, and you only have 60 seconds anyways because of what is that? You only have 60 seconds because of Final Journey. Okay, whoops, there we go. This, and then Radiant Barrel, and this is supposed to be Mind and Willpower. There we go, and let's give it another one of these, and we'll get the Pure Blood on deck. Okay. Okay, there we go, and where's my haze? Oh, come on. No. Oh, come on. We're not gonna get it now. Because we lost the 25% from overdrive. So yeah, this is the difficulty built into this setup, is just the fact that you have to try and get it. It has nothing to do with the actual fight, because as soon as you get the shot off, she's gone and he's just one more shot away. So you have to do the one shot with Radiant Barrel, and then an Ichor Concentrate or a Pure Blood, and then just shoot him one more time. But if you're on anything less than the hardest difficulty, that little sliver of life that he had definitely goes away, and then you can absolutely do it in a one shot. But not here at this time, which is unfortunate. Okay, let's heal. There we go. And then Jack. Okay. And let's get our consumables going here. Okay, there we go. And another gift accelerator. The gift accelerator is important to have access for your radiant barrel to come out quicker. Okay. Oops, not him. Her. Oh, come on. We were right in the middle of the shot. Thanks, Jack. Yep, see? And now it doesn't work. So everything has to be correctly set up there. And getting them to play nice is exceptionally rough and brutal. It rarely happens, but when it does, it's such a glorious thing. Oops, not this. So let's give it a few more tries here and see if we can pull it off. Now the blood veil doesn't matter. You just need to be quick mobility, so that's not really an issue there. Okay, so this, but you can definitely try this for yourself, but if you want to make it the best way, you want to have her locked on, and then that way you can track her with your shots, because if you don't and you track him, it's very hard to line her up to make her behave. Okay. There we go. And Mind and Willpower and Radiant Barrel. So it definitely takes some finessing to be sure. So lock onto her. Let's go try and get our haze here. Ouch. So we're dead. Where's my haze? There we go. Oh, we're dead again. And we lost... oh, good grief. Oh man, that's the problem with it. I'm getting tilted here. So yeah, this is after a couple of other days of attempts here that I've put into it, and we still can't get it because it's just that difficult to make them behave and put themselves into our best interest here. Now, the reason you have to lock onto her is because she's so quick, and if you lock onto him, he just kind of waddles around, and he's really easy to hit, but that pillar in the back there definitely makes it difficult, to say the least. So we have to kind of work around that, and that makes it pretty difficult. Okay. You've got this? What are you talking about, Jack? Okay. There we go. Okay. Good. Okay, and Mind and Willpower and Radiant Barrel. Go. There we go. And this. And the Pure Blood. And let's go. Okay. There we go. Well, we kind of lost... whoops. Okay, well, anyways, we got close, but that's just a great way to put them down. It wasn't anything beautiful by any means, but that's the strategy, and that's a mediocre way to put them down into that state, and you can just kind of run over them. Now for the Mido fight, we can go for some other weapons here and different things. We can go for Crush. We could try and go for something in the arena here of a Crush Poison, but we all know that the one shot is available. And on Mido, it is just such a tempting offer to blow this guy away, because I just don't enjoy the Mido fight at all, because he's that annoying, and he's that ridiculous overall. And so as you see here, we have everything set how we need to go about the Mido fight. This took me a long time to figure out how to actually get this guy into this damage state here, to make sure that we actually put him down in a one shot. And boy, am I glad that this actually exists in order to put this guy down, because otherwise it is just absolutely such a brutal, ridiculous, crazy fight, and it's just overwhelming almost during the fight. And so anytime I get a chance to just put Mido down, I absolutely go for that, and that way I can enjoy myself a little bit more each and every time. But for the Mido fight, remember to not use any elements. He's weak to crush, and he has he can be poisoned. So that's why when you saw during my pipe kill of Mido, he basically can be killed with the pipe pretty simply and easily, simply because of the fact that he's weak to crush. And so since we are doing crush damage, we can just go ahead and do a whole bunch of crush damage quickly and easily and effectively, and we can put him down, and that's kind of just the end of it. So let's see here. There we go. So it's important that you start the fight missile out because of cutscenes there and timings. If you fight him directly from the outset and skip cutscenes, you have less time on your gifts than you would if you have less time on your gifts than if you do this. And since gift timing is everything for me, I want to make sure that I have as much gift timing as possible, and also because you can start closer to him, and also when you start it this way, he does his little turnaround thing, so you can get set up and put into position before he actually gets out of control and does his nonsense all over the skating rink here. And it's pretty annoying, but this is a good way to go about making sure that you can get him into position correctly and early, to make sure that you have everything going and everything's in place. There we go, and now we go for Jack. Okay. And the reason we go for adrenaline and these other things as opposed to some of the other gifts out there is because everything I have listed here is multiplicative, and that's what you want to go for, is the highest multiplier possible. Okay, and so then as we head on in here, we go for these items to speed ourselves up and give us quick mobility, as you see there, for that extra 10% damage. Yep, and go. It just warms my heart to know that I can skip this boss each and every playthrough. And once I found out the actual listing of multipliers here, that can actually take you into this level to actually get it, but it's gated by DLC 1 because of the Wrathful Balmung. There's no other sword and there's no other gift combination that you can put together that will actually get you a one-shot at the top level here. If you replace Dexterity and Mind with something like Survival Instinct, this is an additive bonus, so you don't get as strong of a bite. Same thing here, if you replace Strength and Dex up with Survival Instinct, that also doesn't do anything. If you replace this with an element, he takes resistance to the elements, and so you don't do as much damage. You get about a 15 to 20% reduction in damage, and that's multiplicative, so it's really, really bad against you. If you replace Adrenaline with Blow of Madness, this is only a 400 additive to your scaling value on your weapon here. So you'll see scaling and base, it only adds 400, whereas Adrenaline is a 10% overall straight up multiplier. And since this multiplies at the later stages of when all the multipliers are happening, you actually get more damage out than 400. I don't have the exact formula worked out, but it is more than 400. So same thing for everything else. I'm going for all the actual multipliers, and the big additives like Flashing Fang, where this is a 2 times multiplier, but it's additive at the base. Same thing for Jack. So even though those are multipliers, they're very large additives so they're still worth it. But yeah, this is the definitive Mido one-shot, and the problem is, again, you have to have the Wrathful Balmung fortified, and if you don't have DLC 1, you can't get there because there's nothing else that does crush damage at that level of that extra 300 or so damage that you would need. Here's the Argent Wolf brand at 145, but it starts out doing slash damage, so that's bad. The Judgment Edge is slash, bad. The Argent King Wolf Blade is slash, bad. This guy's slash, bad. The Warp Blade would be good, but it has a very, very low damage ceiling, but also it does blood damage, and he resists blood. The second best option might be the Queenslayer Greatsword, because it's all crush, but it has a much lower value there of 2091, so you can't quite get to that 2266 of the Wrathful Balmung. Now there are hammers that can go pretty high, so if we switch this guy to hammers, and then we look at which hammer does crush damage. So the Hammer of Thraldom is not a good idea. But the Juggernaut Sledgehammer is pretty good, as it gets up to 2170 there. So that's a pretty good level compared to the Wrathful Balmung at 2266, but it's still not quite there. The Argent Wolf Hammer is a little bit less there because it's a strength based. The Sharur not quite there. The Impulse Anchor not quite there. Everything's just not quite there, at that level where you can do that 2266 damage level. And again, the Sunset Hammer, it has blood damage attached to it, so that would result in a very heavy reduction in damage. So there's not really a hammer. The Juggernaut Sledgehammer Intensified would be a good second, probably one of the closest seconds that you can get. But still nothing's actually quite there as the Wrathful Balmung. So anyways, that's two different ways. I know they weren't tanking builds or anything, but just a lot of fun to kind of explain this and kind of go through it in a little more detail to see the order of how you apply these, and then also how do you execute them. So anyways, thank you all for watching. It's good to be back on the road, and we'll see you in the either the memories or the government center next.